Alright, so what's going on, guys? Today we're going to be building a PC. So in this video, everything in this build, I will tell you that in just a second, but everything in here is kind of generic. It's nothing really special, right? Nothing out the ordinary. Besides the case. The case I'm going to be using is the 4000D from Corsair. I think it's Corsair 4000D Airflow. I think that's what it's called. And yeah, I mean, if you look at my channel, I like ITX builds. They're my favorite. So building in something that has something called airflow in it, usually that means, in my eyes, it looks pretty cheap. I'm more of an aesthetic builder. This one actually looks pretty good. Here it is right here, and I can't get a good look at it, but in my eyes it looks pretty good. So I'm excited to build in it and to see what this whole thing's about. I do want to stop right here and say thank you to everybody that has subscribed. It means the world to me. You don't understand how much this has impacted my life from almost 5 months now. So this is crazy to me. So thank you, everybody. Now let's talk about the parts. Alright, so for the motherboard, we're using the ROG Strix B550-f gaming. Motherboard actually looks pretty slick. Has some RGB effects on there. Probably not gonna use them, but they might be default when I turn on the PC. But yeah, that's the motherboard we're going with. The CPU I have chosen is the Ryzen 9 3900X. Great all-around CPU. Yeah, I mean, there's nothing. It's not like these things are new. I just have to tell you. We're going with an AIO for this build. It's the Kraken X53. Quality cooler from NCXT. Really nice. I love building with these, as you can tell from some other videos. But the RAM we're going with is the Crucial Ballistix, 16GB, 3200 megahertz. Haven't used these before. They're actually the RGB variant, so they should look pretty nice. And of course, like I already said, the case we went with is the Corsair 4000D Airflow. Like I said, it actually looks pretty nice. The build quality actually feels really good. It doesn't feel cheaply made like a lot of the other things that have airflow in the name. So I'm excited to use this. For the storage, nothing fancy. Went with the 512GB M.2 Inland Premium. I mean, it's 512 gigabyte. I'm not looking to actually game on this. It's just for the build, so I need some kind of storage. The power supply we're going with is a 750 watt 80 plus bronze by Power Spec. It's semi-modular, so I mean, yeah, nothing special. 750 watt. Actually, really good price. I had it for like $85, I think, or something like that at Micro Center. It was pretty decent. And I actually picked up some extension cables. They're just the black generic Micro Center brand, like 30 bucks. The GPU we're using is actually from my dream PC build. It's the 3080 by Zotac Gaming, the Trinity OC edition. It's the only kind of graphics card I have, so that's what we're using. So I'm going for all black pretty much in this build, so hopefully it does turn out good. But yeah, now you know the parts. Let's go ahead and roll the B-roll. So, these fans, I don't know if you can tell, but the insides are gray for the actual fan parts. So, I'm going to go ahead and use them because they're the only Corsair fans I have. So, yeah. Plus, it's going to the front, and you can't even tell that they're gray anyway. This kind of looks like a cool shot, like, behind me, and so that actually looks pretty sick. Anyways, I'm just using these. Sorry that they're not black like the rest of them. Alright, so I just got done building the PC. this is probably one of the most fun and easy PC builds I think I've ever done. This case has so much room for everything. Cable management, awesome. Just being able to mount everything and being able to reach everything on the motherboard easily. There's a lot of room. And it does show. This is a big case, right? In my eyes, I'm so used to working with ATX builds that aren't this big, and this is just an ATX build, and it doesn't seem that big, but this thing is giant on my desk, and I have a pretty good sized desk. Just to give you a reference of how big my desk is made out of a door that you find in your house. So it tells you how big it is, and this thing makes it look small. Yeah, so I really like all the black. I'm usually a person that goes for white or like the chrome or something, but the whole black look looks really good. The only thing that I dislike about the case is the tempered glass panel. It is so dark. You can't see anything. Like everything that I have in here, you can't see. The only thing you can see is some RGB. It's not actually on right now because I don't have a way to change all this stuff. I don't want to have to go in and like change everything or like try to download it. My Wi-Fi is not the best, so I don't want to have to download all this stuff to be able to change all the colors. But here's it on, and here's all the RGB with it on. You can't see none of it. It's just pure black. I would prefer if it was kind of like a lighter tint, not so tinted black. But besides that, this is a great build. I mean, you could probably get your own tempered glass panel on it, but like I feel like that's a lot of work, and a lot of people won't do that. But now the ballistic RAM, I've never used that before. It looks pretty good. The RGB actually looks pretty decent. This motherboard actually really surprised me how good it looks. I'm surprised I haven't done a build with it before. This is my first time building with this motherboard. Whew, that looks good. Just by itself at the beginning when I showed the clips of it, I was really impressed with how it looked. It actually looked pretty decent. Now I will say, the power supply I used, not the best. I know I said at the beginning of the video that it was a pretty good deal, 750 watt for only $84 or whatever it was. I regret that. I didn't know that the cables were ketchup and mustard, bro. I didn't know that. And not only was it that, they're weird. I couldn't even put the extensions on without jamming them in there. It took me like 30 minutes to get them in there because there's a little clip on it that you can't plug in all the way. Oh, I've never been so upset with building with the power supply, but everything else was flawless. I loved everything about this. Just don't buy that power supply. Power spec, $84 one. Don't 750 watt, don't buy it. Alright, well I guess that's the end of the video. I want to say thank you to everybody that watched, and go ahead and leave a like and subscribe for more content like this in the future. We just hit 1,200 subscribers, which is, it feels amazing. And yeah, if you're not watching this, go ahead subscribe. Make me feel good. But go ahead and leave a like I already said, and yeah guys, I'll see you in the next video.